Yes.
Hello, Wendy
Hello.
Stewart. How are you?
I am great. What is this new dance we're doing today? We have to start naming these dances that we do. This is
The
kind
F.
of like, right? It's like we'll call it the crossover.
There we go.
There we go. I'm so original. Oh my God. Where the hell did summer go?
Right, right. Yeah, we're almost heading into fall
We're
now.
in the end of the summer, and I have to take this moment. Tim and I are taking this moment. The loss of
Mhm.
Dolly Parton,
Oh my
absolutely
God.
profound.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and it was really unexpected. So many people on social media wrote, "We just expected her to be with us forever." She was
Right,
just
right.
right,
And just such a beautiful soul, one of those rare, beautiful, caring, loving
caring,
souls that
loving,
cares about everybody. It's such a
unbelievable.
loss.
Continually paying it forward, the amount that
Hmm.
she did for philanthropy, for health causes,
Yeah.
for she's just such an example. As I was saying before the show, I'm hoping, last night here in New York, they had the statue, not the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah,
they had
the
the
Empire
Empire
State
State
Building.
Building lit up in pink. I really hope we have a National Day, a Dolly Parton Day, right? A day, and it would be a philanthropic day, right? A day of giving, whatever you can, to whatever
Somebody
cause.
somebody had recommended the other day September 25th because it's 925.
Ah,
I like that idea.
I think I
A,
saw
nas-
that.
a National Dolly Parton Day on
Right,
925.
National Dolly. So that would be like so great for that to happen.
Yeah.
I really would. And then Tim Curry from
Oh,
Rocky
Tim Curry
Horror and
today.
other show. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I've been feeling very woo-woo lately because as my daughter reminded me, we are in eclipse season. Okay, I'm going down the rabbit hole early on in the show. But our guest today, I know, is spiritual and connected to the
Good.
universe too. So we're all on the same page with that. But yeah, it's just the vibe has just been kind of crazy.
I'm telling you, and lately I've just been off center. Like I
Off
just can't
center.
seem to get my footing and nothing has seemed to fall
Right.
into place. It's just the weirdest time.
It is a weird time, and we have to pay attention to those times. When I see that
Mhm.
kind of stuff happening, I pull in my sails a little bit, and I just try and engage in all good stuff,
Yep.
with people. And I did something I normally never do. Folks, I don't go to the movies. I have no time. And I will occasionally watch things on Netflix, especially if someone I know is in it. But I went to see The Odyssey.
Oh, tell us about that.
Well, Christopher Nolan, I don't know how he could even direct this. This was like the freaking Ten Commandments, right? And
Mm,
an epic in this day and age with more special effects than you can ever imagine because they can do them now. But
right?
the cast, all-star cast, Charlize Theron, and it was a who's who of anyone that you ever wanted to see on screen in this
Mhm.
amazing epic. They did take a lot of liberties. I was a little confused. I'm going to share that with the audience. I was confused in the beginning. It starts out with the Trojan horse, but then they took that from Homer. Were you a Greek mythology person, Tim?
No, no.
You weren't. Okay. My friend Bill, who I went with, I'm like, and I looked at his face. He's like, this is totally confusing. When we left the movie, I said, what did you think? He said, oh, it was really boring. The storyline, but you know what? You can always Google it, right? But I'm giving it a lot of thumbs up because the story just went, it was a 3-hour movie and it didn't feel like it. I thought it was amazing.
Wow. Wow,
So yeah,
impressive. I've heard
it's
wonderful things about it. And I've also heard that the way to see that is in IMAX. Yes.
right. I saw it on a big screen in a theater where the seats recline. Those seats are not good for me because what happens is they turn the AC up, it gets really cold.
Yeah.
And then if I'm reclined, I fall asleep an hour in. So I
Yeah.
didn't recline. Does that happen to you too, Tim?
Oh no. Turn
Oh,
the AC on. I'm fine.
right.
I'm good.
You're good. Yeah, I can't like recline and have the
But
AC on.
yeah, this last week I went to see our friend Identity, the
Yes.
performer. He
I
had a
love
show
it.
down at the Boiler Room, and I ran into Jasmine Van Wales and just several people, Alexa Dumont, and just lots of friends down there. It was a lot of fun. And I had also met with my friend Leslie Neiman, who has written a script with me in mind. So we did a reading with some LA friends last night of that.
And that's, I would love for that to come to fruition, right?
Yeah,
But
it's a great,
people
and
don't
actually it's based
love
on
sense.
a life experience that I had shared with her, and she was like, "Oh, I love that content." Well,
Oh my God.
then the other night, I had went to the film premiere of this amazing documentary called Drag Repair, and
Yes.
I did not even know about this, and
I
it is
didn't either.
such brilliant content.
Wow.
Every 4th of July, you have the invasion out on Fire Island. There's the two towns, Cherry Grove and
Yeah.
the Pines. And it's been going on for many, many years when drag queens were not welcome in the Pines, back like, what, 30, 40 years ago?
Yeah.
And some drag queens got on the barge and came over and were welcomed, and it became a big party. So now every July 4th, all of these drag queens fill up one of the ferries and come over to invade the Pines, and it's become a tradition on Fire Island. It's huge.
Yeah.
Thousands of people come out for it. I've been there a few times. It's really remarkable. It's a wonderful event. Well, Drag Repair is a group of mostly gay men and a couple lesbians.
Yeah.
And what they do is they, before the boat ride, on the boat, and after the boat arrives, they do drag repair. And they have
That's important.
I never even thought of this, but they'll have like tool belts, which they will have false nails, eyelashes.
Oh yeah, anything that can run amok on their faces or on their person, right?
Glue in case their heel breaks.
Oh right.
They glitter spray, like they just have anything and everything that a drag queen would need. Hairspray. It's amazing, and I never knew that they've been doing this for 25 years. It is a group called Drag Repair.
But I love that they made a film about this.
And it was fascinating. It was really a fascinating film about.
And it made me think when I saw when you posted that, I'm like, God damn, I perform in drag shows. I need drag repair.
Yes.
And there's always like a lash that's a muck, and someone's like looking at you and saying, "This bitch doesn't know how to get a false eyelash on."
But it was a wonderful film, a great film, and a couple of friends of mine were in it or featured in it, and
great.
I saw a lot of familiar faces. On a lot of the Imperial Court was in the film, on the boat.
It's a brand new film, right?
Yes, it hasn't even been released yet. So
wow, do you know
we got a sneak peek of it.
I love it. Do you know when it's going to be released?
I do not know. I do not have any details.
That's definitely
Anu Sting, right? Anu?
Yes.
Anu is in the film, and he's one of the Drag Repair, so he would have more information.
I didn't realize Anu was a drag repair person. We know these people, and they keep these secret.
That's what I mean. And on the boat, you'd see like Antique and Pansy and all of these different drag
people that I'm in the Imperial Court with. Unbelievable. Well, we have such a great guest with us today. I'm very excited because she works in LA, of course, all the time, but she's coming to us from Toronto. And I love when a publicist from somewhere else that I don't know, reaches out and, sends me information on someone that's like, oh my God, yes, we definitely want them on the show. She is an actress. She is a producer, and we are celebrating the release of her first single called Airplane Mode, and then her album, which dropped in August, called The Chloe Madison Experience. So please put your hands together for the talented, the gorgeous Chloe Madison. Yay! Thank you, Chloe, for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's been so fun.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Enjoying the last little bit of summer and just, gearing up for TIFF, which is going to be so much fun. And I'm obviously just doing stuff for the album and other for releases. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
This is so great. Now, you have a really wonderful acting background. You are in a show, reoccurring role on Two Brothers on Amazon, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it's on Prime throughout TV, and it comes out in October. I don't know if I'm supposed to say when it comes out. It comes out this year, I think. But no, I think it comes out. I know that they're going to start some promo next month. That's what I know. But I think it's this year, maybe early next year. I don't completely know. But I'm really excited. I loved the character I got to play. I thought she was so much fun. And, it's always fun to play the bad girl, but like make her a little more human. And I think I really got to like draw old parts of me and bring her in and just like play with different characters. And it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've worked with Benedicto del Toro also. Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
That is, I was like completely blown away. What was that experience like for you?
That was a lot of fun. I think it was a little bit earlier in my career, so it was definitely surreal and someone I'd always looked up to and wanted to work with. I mean, Pan's Labyrinth alone is one of my favorite films, and I think he's such a visionary, and he does things in such like a dark, Tim Burton-esque way. I like things that are dark and eerie but artistic in their horror, and I just love horror films. I love scary things, but he tells stories in such a way that's so different and so thought-provoking, and just it's so unique, and it was so much fun. And the episode I was in was very camp, it felt very 80s, and I love anything from the 80s or 70s.
That was the lotion, right?
Yeah, that one. I played the Aloe Glow lady, the girl in the infomercial. She's evil, essentially. But it was so much fun to play, and just like the outfits and the humor, and it was just fun. And obviously Dan Stevens was the co-star I worked with, mainly, and Katie, but he was amazing to work with. He's such a character, and he goes between who he's playing and who he is so quickly, and he has like such different voices. It was just so much fun.
Wow. Yeah, because that is such a unique, cool series, and just to be a part of that's wonderful.
Yeah,
I still hope they get season 2. Call me.
So you only started acting. I was very impressed by this since 2019, and I had to take time off for the pandemic from that. So, because things slowed down. Although I have to say, I'm going to shout this out. Everything shut down here in the United States. They were filming in Canada still. We came to a country, so it was crazy here. But God bless you got to work. But you have not been doing this that long. What do you credit your, I don't know, I want to call it beginner's luck or your talent or whatever. How did you launch from 2019 and accomplish what you did till now?
I will call it a little bit of luck. I definitely believe in the universe and the woo-woo of it all. I'm very spiritual. I really believe in manifesting your destiny, but I also just think a lot of that is mindset. I was modeling in LA, and it was going great, but I didn't appreciate how some things were being handled. So I actually walked off a set, and I was like, well, I'm not even like a citizen here. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I got a call like the next day that somebody had mentioned my name for a movie on Netflix in Toronto. And
that's the universe. The fact that happened, Chloe,
I wasn't trying to act. I mean, I wanted to, but it hadn't really come up yet. And I got a call, and they flew me back, and I did my first movie, and I loved it. And I kind of just went on some auditions and realized I wasn't as good as I thought I was. So I trained really hard with some people, and I got some parts that were definitely more catered to my aesthetic and who I was in the beginning, which allowed me to launch my name a little while I worked on, I guess, making myself more honest on camera. And it's just kind of transpired since then. I have so many things coming out that I can't even talk about yet. So I just feel blessed, and I'm thankful to God and the universe and just how things have transpired.
God bless those non-disclosure agreements, those NDAs that keep us from saying
One thing I want to point out that you kind of glossed over, and again, I don't need the details or anything, but when you were mentioning the modeling in the modeling job, and the fact, you were uncomfortable, some things were happening, that you took it upon yourself, that you walked off. I'm very proud of you for that.
Thank you. I had a management team, and things were going really well, and there was other things that were promised, and I walked onto a set where everything that I was kind of sold wasn't going on, and I think they just expected me to take it, and they were trying to put some boundaries, and I was like, I don't want to stay here. This isn't what I want for my career. And they were derogatory about it. Like, they just weren't nice in like the conversation, and I was like, I'm a hothead, I'm Italian, like, we're not doing this. So I was just like, leave, and they're like, well, you can't leave, and I'm like, this isn't the contract I signed, so I think I am. So you know what?
Good for you, Chloe. My story of how I got my SAG card was similar, I think, into yours, and we got upon to this place on the set and I hadn't agreed to taking my top off. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, you're going to be getting your SAG card, so you're going to help us out. And you know what? I did exactly what you did, and they buckled. They had me come, and they shot me up to here, so it eluded that, I was bare-chested, which I wasn't. And as soon as I ended the film that day, the next day I went over to Screen Actors Guild, and, I had my paperwork, and I got my card. So good for you. In the days when I did it, though, girls didn't walk off of the set. I have to be honest. Since then, we've gone through the whole Me Too thing. You're coming at it at a different time, but God bless you for turning around. Yeah.
When you're a female on set and it's full of men, and it is a more sexualized set, it doesn't. It feels like they think they can bully you a little if they think that they're in a position. And I wasn't there on a visa. I'm there on a contract to work just with that company. And I think that they thought they could throw their weight around a little. And technically they could. But I already knew I was so done with that venture that it was kind of like, every time he pushed me, I'm just going to leave because I didn't want to be there anyways. And I'll always credit it was my original stepping stone of success and financial independence. And I don't shit on it.
No, that's okay. We curse on the show. We say far worse things.
Okay, but I will never like shit on it in that nature because it did give me a start. And I think, it just ran its course. And I think the universe put that little hurdle in that moment of like compassion. See how I act on it. And then I got rewarded the next day. So it's okay.
Absolutely. Again, it's one of those things where what is it when a door closes, a window opens or something?
When one door closes, another door opens. A friend of mine once said, not quite as wide as the first door. I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
But but that was a perfect example of again, of you stepping away from that and walking right into the next opportunity that presented itself. That was the universe. Yeah.
Chloe, what's made you, we're meeting you for the first time. What has made you so spiritual? How did your upbringing affect who you are today?
I grew up in a very religious household. My family's very religious, very Christian, and I believe in God. I just don't necessarily have the same viewpoints, only on the way that I push back a lot when someone tells me what something should be, and it makes me want to research and find paths that feel comfortable for me. And I think for me, God's a big part of it. But I'm big on spirituality. I am a little witchy. I also think, the universe is, there's so many things on this earth that are tools, and the art is about our energy, and we're on this field, and we want to walk in the middle of space. I mean, how real can any of this be? So I think it's just kind of knowing what's in your heart, knowing what's in the universe, and just whatever feels right. I think intuition is so big. I think the tools and the namesakes and what we call things don't matter as much as what feels like it works for you. And use those tools for you. And that's how I think it works. I think we're all our own entity, and it's our job to see what feels right for us and kind of go within that and, just give thanks to the universe because we are playing on their board, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
We are playing
and also that gratitude, if you put out positive energy, positive things are going to come back. It's the law of attraction.
100%. I think, it's so easy to be mad when something doesn't work or, to be negative to moments that aren't working. But sometimes we forget to look at all the moments that did work prior to that one or how things could work in the future. And I think if you just stay thankful for the little things and the big things.
Gratitude.
You're just fine. Like, it's all good. At the end of the day, like, I'm in such a privileged situation where I'm at with, the opportunities I have. So for me not to be grateful and not be positive would just be so redundant. It's not it.
Yeah.
So has your family been behind your career is happening really quick, right? The launch of a new single and an album. Has your family been behind you through this whole thing?
Yeah, my family's always been very supportive. I think we're all so different, but one thing is regardless of my beliefs or the type of content I'm putting out there that they might be a little more conservative against, they've been so for it, and like me having my own expression and just finding my footing and just being like comfortable in my own skin was all they ever wanted. My mom wants me to be so successful. My family wants me to be successful.
Yay.
And they're amazing. I have such a good little support system through them. So I'm very thankful.
I love that. How did you find out you have a singing voice? Like, what was the epiphany that led you to do Airplane Mode?
I've been singing forever. Originally, it started in the church choir.
Love it. We've had a lot of people, Chloe, on the show that have started in the church.
Yeah.
The church choir. Let's give a shout out to the church choir today.
I mean, I don't think they let me perform my songs there now, but it was definitely a good place to start. And then I did actually go to an art school for most of high school for singing. So I was classically before I started modeling. And then you start modeling and you get used to just being pretty and being perceived that way. And it becomes kind of like a wall to hide behind. And, you know, acting helped me find a different version of myself and be more active instead of just pretty and dig into all these realms. And then I kind of found my way back to my singing voice. And it's been nice to have the whole trifecta now.
Absolutely.
You're like you're the whole package that's happening now. So in making your first single, how were things kismet for you that worked out, or what were the challenges?
Like the people coming together, the producer, and
bringing the
everybody.
whole production together.
How did you assemble that?
Yeah.
You know, a couple of years ago, I was in a little bit of like a darker place, and I think I was just craving a difference. And I was talking to some friends about wanting to get back into music. But you don't really know where to start. And for my birthday, one of my best friends, Leighton, I love him so much, he brought me to a dance class, and we were just, let's do this creative dance class. The pop star juice is flowing. And the choreographer ended up being a music producer, and we ended up just meeting that day. And it snowballed into this project. His name's Chris. I love him. He's part of my team. And we wrote every song together, recorded every song together. And it just transpired from that little moment of wanting something and someone bringing me somewhere. And now we've just been working on this album and doing it for about 1.5 years. So I'm excited that it's kind of all coming together.
Oh, that's wonderful. Again, another time that the universe provided.
Yeah, it's like every time I just wanted something, if I was like open to getting myself out of my funk, the universe was like, okay, here's the ribbon.
Yep. I love that. I love how you're living. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I would love to show the video now. I
was just going to say, yeah.
Okay. Airplane Mode with Chloe Madison.
Yes.
I don't know if I should. Why not? Let's just roleplay with the camera. Why not? Hollywood. But Chloe, you can leave me here in the box. Unless you wanna do another watch. It's yours for the night. I promise that I'll do what you want. You never touch something so soft. Promise you do me right. Nobody
Beautiful.
Yes.
Sensual, beautiful. You're playing a few different roles in the video. Take us from the top. Share with us this experience.
Like what it's about, or like the shooting experience?
Both.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, the video was just, being a different, like the whole concept of the album is being a fantasy, curating a fantasy, whether it's something
It is
you
a
want
fantasy.
yeah, whether it's like good or bad or for a man or because of a man or in a situation that maybe you're kind of being forced into. I think as a woman, you play so many parts. And I think it was kind of
Right.
about that. In the beginning of the video, she was handing off her sex tape essentially that somebody had given her, or just an X-rated film in general. And it goes into her being a webcam model, and she's being a fantasy for those men. And then it goes into her making a sex tape with her boyfriend, and it goes into a girl at a bar performing for somebody. And then the last one is her confession to a priest. For me, that was kind of just, even a role you had to play in the church and stuff. And, you have to answer to a man, and you have to confess to a man. And it's just, it's all about the parts we have to play for men, unfortunately. I think the thing is, it doesn't have to be good or bad. It's kind of both. And I think it's just about finding your power within that, whether that's, controlling the narrative or getting safety or getting what you want or just having a good time and feeling sexually free. I think that was the whole point of the whole video. And, they're all different versions of me, and different people I've been at different times with different hair colors and different career avenues and different modeling.
Different wigs, yes.
I totally love that.
Yeah, like even this one's a wig. My hair's black.
No, I know.
It's in the mall.
You are really blessed that you can wear, honestly, Chloe, you can wear every single color. And I think what is so great about this video, besides how it presents the range of who you are, it really shows to me how you can be cast. Because we so often get pigeonholed. Like, I think your normal hair is dark, right? You're beautiful, sexy, dark-haired girl. So when the casting call goes out for beautiful, sexy, dark-haired girl, we'll call, Chloe to read for this. But when you have a video like this, it shows, hey, wait, she's amazing as a redhead, amazing as a blonde, and your personality, it's always you, but our hair color or who we are, what character we're playing will change depending on our hair color or what we're feeling, or in my case, my eye color, which changes with everything I do. 52 pairs of contact lenses and 45 wigs. So I get it. I think it's just a brilliant way to present yourself. Why did you call it airplane mode?
For me, airplane is just about kind of shutting off and disassociating into the fantasy and just turning off everything else and kind of just checking out and looking at that instead.
Right.
And that was kind of the thought of that for me. Like the whole album, to some degree, is about disassociation into a fantasy, about becoming something to the point that you lose yourself or you no longer are who you are because you do it that well. Even the second single that the video is coming out in mid-September called Sunday Morning. It's all about like, I know you'll love me. Like the one line is, I know you'll love me Saturday night. I know you'll have sex with me Saturday night, but will you still love me Sunday morning?
Right.
As the fantasy, but will you love me when that's over? And I think that one's going to be fun. I'm excited for that one to come out soon. But yeah, I think the whole album is just about that. It's just about the parts you play and where the real you is in that. And it's just, they don't always live in the same place, unfortunately.
Right. Because one of the things I love about this video, it's very sexy, it's very hot, it's very sultry.
Sensual.
But also from what you were telling me about back to the modeling agency, you are in control.
Yeah,
you were in complete control of how you presented everything, and that I saw that. I love that. That was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my sexuality. I think sex sells. I think it's an important time in history. Women, for the first time, are kind of in control of that narrative. We can kind of sexualize ourselves for ourselves. It doesn't have to be for a male production company.
Yes. All right, Chloe. Yes.
And I think that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to own my sexuality in a way that was honest, but wasn't pornographic, but could be pornographic if you perceive it like that, but it wasn't for that. I
It's your authenticity, and
Yep.
it should not be construed. But there are men, and you know this, of a certain age, I will also say, that will look at that as they will take it the wrong way. And when you had that bad experience on the set, I wanted to ask you, I'm sorry, but I'm going to talk about this. What was the age of the men that you were working with?
They were a lot older. I was, when I started modeling, it was like 2015, and I was really young. I was, barely legal in my mind for what I was doing. But they were a lot older. They were in their 40s and their 50s, and
Right.
Yeah.
on one hand, I'm the girl they want to sleep with. On the other hand, I'm the girl they want to make money off of. And on both hands, I think that they thought they were in control of that, and that I
Right.
needed them more than they needed me. And I think sometimes you have to be willing to walk away from what people are giving you, because like you can do more. And it's unfortunate that sometimes something that's so good can become so misconstrued and mishandled, and can kind of leave such a stain on otherwise positive experience.
Right. Chloe, with the men that you work with on, you do a lot of really great, was that first project like an independent project, an indie?
No, the first one was it was Polar. It was on Netflix, but it was still independent, but it was through a bigger production. But I've worked on some independents, and I've worked on some less independent.
Right, but when you work on what I call more commercial, like if it's Amazon, and I would assume Netflix, do you find it's just a much more a respectful atmosphere for women than sometimes I've done both. And the indies, some have been great, and other ones have just been where they just want to try and get whatever they can out of you. What has been your experience?
Honestly, yeah, I've worked on some independents even over the last few years, and it's interesting watching people try to throw their weight around. Luckily, it is post Me Too movement. People are still watching them even when they're independent, so they don't get away with as much. So they'll bring it to you, but they don't push it like they used to. But on something that's a little less independent, there's whether they want to or not, there's such a range of eyes on them, and there's so many more rules. So I think I'm a little mouthy, so I think people don't try with me as much as they used to. But honestly, the independents, people really try to throw their weight around like they're doing you a favor. It usually comes down to that type of dynamic, and I'm like, I already booked the role. I don't need to sleep. Go away.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So do you plan on producing, because you're just moving right through the entertainment, and
you're great.
moving and shaking. Do you have a vision to do your own films that you're going to produce and write and have your hand in?
I love writing. I have a couple features I'm working on now, and I have some great ideas. And once the writing process is done, I would like to find, I don't know if I want to produce them. I want to write them, maybe have a hand in the production, but I'd rather kind of hand it off to someone a little bit more, I guess, used to that situation. And it's still
established. Yeah.
More established.
I want to write. I want to act. I love directing. I've directed 2 shorts, and that was super fun. I think at some point in my career, moving more towards directing would be great as well. I don't know about producing. Producing is so stressful.
Right. Yeah. But again, you're young and you're smart and you're observant and you learn, you absorb. So just keep that. You'll know when it's time to throw on the producer hat.
We'll interview you 10 years from now when when you're producing your own stuff, because it gave you the ultimate in control. And we'll say, Chloe, do you remember when you weren't sure if you wanted to produce? Right? I love watching people's careers, and I love that we're getting you at this stage in your career. Now, I know you have NDAs, you can't really talk about things, but what are the things that you can talk about coming up in the future? Like, you have the album. Do you plan on doing touring with it or performing some of the songs from it? What's the plan?
Well, I want to do some touring. One thing I can't talk about is actually being announced tomorrow.
Okay.
That's going to take up a big chunk of my winter. So we're going to see how things get fired there. But I do want to get back in the studio right away. I'm signed on to another acting project that I can't really talk about. And then when Two Brothers comes out, there's going to be press for that, which is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. So there is all that stuff. And I have more music videos coming out from this album. Even though it's an album, I still want to treat each one like a single and give everything a little bit of a push. because every
Right.
song has a very different sound, and I'm still trying to figure out what my audience likes and what resonates the most. And I think they're all genres that I wanted to play, and like the next one's a little bit more clubby and it's super fun. And I think I'm just really excited to lean more into music. But the thing that's being announced tomorrow is going to take up probably a good 5 to 6 months of my time with other
Yay.
filmmakers in the middle. So I think it's going to be just letting all this kind of play out and lean in with all this, and then kind of reevaluate in the new year how things are going to go on from there. Because some of this stuff coming out is pretty big. So I just want to leave. I want to leave the universe open to more possibilities and not pigeonhole myself too much with what I want to do. I'm just going to let it come.
Right. And you're also very creative.
Right.
And so you're good with, oh, well, this opportunity presented itself and this person is here. Why don't we talk about maybe doing this?
Yeah.
And you can envision, you can see a project or see an outcome and get the people together to make that a reality.
You obviously did that on your music.
Yeah,
and it was it's you, but it's the universe, but it's you working within the universe to make it happen, which is it's really, really impressive. I'm curious. I know you're Canadian, born and raised, yes?
Yeah.
So you shoot a lot in Canada and in the West Coast. Where has the brunt of your projects been? Because I'm New York based, but we do it. Everyone's doing a ton in Canada. And again, going back to the pandemic, I was sitting here so pissed off and Tim will tell you, everybody we knew who worked all the time, zero. Okay, people were freaking out, filing for their unemployment. And then like a couple of months later, I turn on Netflix and whoa, Canada, actors that because we know a lot of people, nobody I knew, all these they were wonderful actors. They're all up in Canada and they were all working. So I'm bitter, okay? I'm bitter about well, Tim knows that. I'm bitter about the pandemic. In your preference, you prefer, working on the West Coast or up in Canada, which is, it's your home territory.
No, I love working in Canada. I think acting wise, I haven't done much outside of Canada. So I'm always down to like explore new territories and new areas as things come up. I love working here. I do want to do more in Vancouver. I think my aesthetic.
Oh my God, you just said Vancouver. I just love Vancouver.
I think for Canada, I definitely want to venture more out there in the new year and kind of build a little bit more of a rapport with the casting out there and the people out there and kind of get some projects going out that way. I think I want to take over Canada a little bit. I mean, I will definitely be open to the States when certain people aren't taking control of it.
Right.
So, sorry.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think I'd love to work in Europe. I'm Italian, so I don't speak Italian. I love Europe. I love the aesthetics. I love out there. I'd love to go everywhere. I think even with
I totally see you working in Europe. I think you're and again, let's just go back to the video with the different hair colors and sensibilities. That just screams, I can work anywhere in the world. I'm employable. And, I always say casting people are trying to solve a problem. You can be the person that, can go in there and definitely solve the problem.
I have a question that I'm sure there is no answer to.
Because you're
Have you done theater?
I've done a little bit of theater in high school.
Okay.
I do like theater. It would just have to be the right kind of play, like something like Moulin Rouge or Cabaret or something with a little bit more of like a sexy twist. I think that's just like where I function the best. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say between theater, you've done television, you've done film, and now you've gotten a taste of doing your own music and the music video.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? Because they're all completely different.
Yeah.
For music, I actually did recently. I love performing live.
Yes.
I really love music live, and I do really like acting on set. I think those are my right now. But I'm so into all the experiences. I think they all bring out different sides of me, and the things that I'm not shooting, I still feel a little uncomfortable in, which means I need to grow in there more, so I have to do that more.
Yes. Aren't you smart? Yes, you do. Right.
Yeah, I think I like to do things that feel good, but I like to do things that make me uncomfortable. I think
Mhm.
Every time you like accomplish something that like you really don't feel good doing, you just feel like you can do anything.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right. And just put yourself out there. So, relationships for somebody like you, what's it like? I can see, and yeah, this is a gross generalization, but I can see men being intimidated by you because you are this whole package. You can do all this stuff. You're confident about yourself. How has that been received? How has Chloe Madison been received on the dating?
Yeah, because there is you're gorgeous, you're
All that.
independent,
Yeah.
you're confident, and it's almost like you don't need anyone. Like, and a lot of times that plays into men's insecurities.
Tim could be a girl. He really hit that nail on the head. It's so true, though.
I've really decentered them, and not in a way that I hate them. I love men. I think they're great. I just don't feel like I'm like embracing love or needing love. I think I've had some relationships that were amazing. Had some relationships where the guys don't like that I'm so sexualized, and sexuality makes them so uncomfortable. Just how much they want to put their dick in me, but like, excuse you. I think for me, dating it's an additive. It's not a necessity. I think I love love, but right now I'm not doing that. I'm really focused on myself and my career, and just I think as I become more centered in what I'm doing, I think I'll find people in the rooms I'm in and meet appropriate people. I think I've dated really outside my field and people that don't necessarily fit into the aesthetic and the brand that I want. And I think I have this like thing for dating these like wholesome good boys, like boy next doors, and then it just doesn't work out. It's like I end up being the girl next door in the movie where she was a porn star and she like jades him. So I
love that.
But also, word of advice. This is the parent in me coming out. Well, I'm not a parent, but I'll be the dad. But you've got time.
Yeah,
time. Enjoy yourself. Do what you want to do. Just what you're doing. Just keep it up. I'm your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah. Me too. Do you have a particular person that you consider a mentor or a great influence on your career?
Yes and no. I think I do have people that I work with, like Samara Smallwood, who's been great to me. And my friends are actors and they've been really great and supportive. And I think for me, my mom is somebody I look up to so much, but I've kind of been on my own for such a long time that I just feel fiercely independent. Like I've been taking care of myself since I was like 12 years old. So for me, I'm very pigeonholed and tunnel visioned in like what I'm doing, that I don't really have anyone that like nurtures it. I think for me, I do that for other people.
Understood. Chloe, what made you be taking care of yourself from the time you were 12? That's an awfully young age to come upon this self-discovery.
So it's public knowledge. I've talked about it in other interviews. I was human trafficked from when I was like 12 to 17. So it just wasn't an easy start. It wasn't like an easy go. And, I think you grow up really fast in those dynamics. And, luckily I made it out of it pretty unscathed and with a clear head, I think. But it came with a lot of things that came after and a lot of struggles, whether it was substances or mental health situations that you kind of have to work through, and you really have to become strong and get to the other side. And so to me, I conquered all that, so I can conquer anything.
Yes.
Not only that, but listening to you, so many kids, and I had a reason for asking that question. So many kids between 12 and 17 going through really painful adolescence and questioning who they are. And it's a really, as you know, hard time. Somebody like you speaking to kids in that age group would be a really amazing thing, and a great way to use who you are as a person to pay it forward. You have a valuable skill with that.
Thank you. I think so many kids get like wrapped up in really unfortunate situations young, and as they become adults, they get like tossed away, and they don't get second chances, and they don't get opportunities, and they don't feel like they deserve them. And it's such a clusterfuck of like a system that fails children and a system that just fails people, unfortunately, especially women, especially kids. And I think
especially women,
I just think it's a system that needs to be rebuilt and remodeled, and I think we need to be protecting people who are in more vulnerable situations a lot better.
So I'm wondering, of the actors that are on screen now that would be in your type and your age group, who do you love? Who floats your boat?
Oh my God. Every time someone asks me, you go like, really? Like I love people, like I love Alexa Demie from Euphoria. I think she's such a talent. I love
Love
people with like auras. I love the
Yeah.
aura. I miss the 90s actresses. I think they're so good. I love Anne Hathaway so much. Hayden Panettiere was somebody who I really looked up to growing up, and that hit me pretty hard. I feel really sad about her. There's so many people who have like, I mean, like Margot Robbie's amazing. Reese Witherspoon. If you think about like just what they do in like production houses, I like boss ass women. I like women who, just kind of make it, and do what they want. I think that's so important. I love Megan Fox. I hope she does more.
Oh yeah.
No, these are all gorgeous women. They're great actresses, and they have really, just like you, they've carved their own path in this industry, and they're powerful. And thank you for naming Anne Hathaway. For whatever reason, Tim, you hear this, and you hear it from our friends who are like, I don't like Anne Hathaway. Why does she get a bad rap? Did I miss something here?
No, I think people don't like confident women.
Yeah.
She's done such a great job in every role that she's done. And you heard me talking about The Odyssey. She was amazing in that, but she was also amazing in The Devil Wore Prada too.
Did you watch Mother Mary?
What was that?
Did you end up watching Mother Mary?
No, I haven't seen Mother Mary. Yeah,
incredible. It was an independent movie, but her performance was so good, and it was so different. I just, I really appreciate someone who is willing to take on so many different genres and so many different roles fearlessly, whether you flop or you don't. It's just the fact that you're willing to branch out. Branch out. She does, and I think that's just commendable. I think so many people stay where they fit, and they don't push that. I mean, that's great. That's a great career, but then you don't do anything else.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. We're celebrating Anne Hathaway today. Yes, on this show. Okay, so we have a bunch of comments on here. I'm probably being attacked for loving Anne Hathaway. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay, our amazing friend Rose Trentman. You would love Rose. She was the boxing commissioner. She knows all the heavyweights.
Yeah.
The vibe is out of kilter. Do not fight it, just go with the flow. Okay, that's Rose's advice. And Rose can see things. She's like you, Chloe. She can see things and she feels vibe. Rose said they added the storyline from the Iliad. She's explaining what happened in the Odyssey. Thank you, Rose, for explaining that to me. She thought the Iliad would be a better movie. We're all critics on this show, Chloe. Okay, that's good. All right, Brad Lewis.
Nice
to see Brad. Yay.
Brad says the movie did have lulls. Note, my Uncle Max always reminded to wear Gatkes when going to the AC movies. They managed to tell the 10-hour theatrical show Nicholas Nickleby in just 2 hours. I think Nolan took on a bit too much.
Thank you, Brad, and our amazing designer friend, Suze Valgenero. Hello, dolls. Suze is also a dog person. Do you have a dog? Chloe, do you have a dog or a cat?
I do have a dog. She's 6 months old. She's downstairs.
Oh, how fabulous. We would have had you show her on camera.
Now, our producer, Cameron Cole, I'm with him on this question. Who is that gorgeous man in the video, the one with the curly dark hair?
The one with the laptop? Or David?
Yeah.
Well, the one where I'm with Blonde and we're having more sensual interactions. That's David.
The dark-haired one.
The dark-haired one.
Yeah.
Well, there's David and Jonathan. They both have curly dark hair.
Oh, okay. Well, they're both fine.
Oh, great. So then there's one left for me. Thank you so much, Chloe. I'll fight these boys over them. Okay.
Oh, Benji Bradshaw. He's a wonderful, wonderful entertainer here in New York. And he just says very inspirational.
Yeah. And Benji is amazing.
And you are,
he designs his own clothes. He's an amazing singer. Really designs his own platform. Just a Renaissance person. Marty Boucher, she was also great and Brokeback Mountain playing the wife.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
And Benji also says, let's take a moment to celebrate Anne Hathaway.
Yay! Thank you. We love celebrating Anne Hathaway. You see, it's all positive. Don't let my friend, so our wonderful friend Dorothy Bishop has been on the show, does a Dozen Divas show.
Oh.
And she can do any diva. She doesn't like Anne Hathaway, so I'm going to tell her we called out Anne Hathaway on the
Yeah,
show.
just real quick, our friend Dorothy Bishop, she has a show called Dozen Divas that she does here in New York regularly. And what she does is she changes on stage, and she's a singer, and she will sing at least 12 different divas in each show.
Like Cher,
Yeah, she's really incredible. So when you come to New York next time, we'll take you, let us know, and we'll take you to see the show.
Yeah, definitely let us know when you come to New York. So a little personal, do you keep a journal about all your experiences, Chloe?
I do. I mean, I journal a lot. For me, I actually like at the beginning of the morning, I kind of just like brain dump into my journal. So the good stuff, the bad stuff, and then I kind of pick through it and I separate things. And then, I manifest with writing and just like talking and like, I think it's really important to keep on memory of things, especially on days when things seem really hard. You can kind of go back a few weeks and be like, no, everything was amazing. Remember that. And just like, don't let this moment be the moment,
Yeah.
It is moment to moment. It's also helpful with characters that you're playing. If you have a written thing that you can go back to and remember who you were at that time and pull that up, right? All those memories, because certainly I can tell you for me, I've realized a lot of the really painful ones I bury. I don't want to deal with. And then something will just trigger it. And it's like, I can go back to something I wrote or a photograph and remember and grab how I felt at that given time. It's an important thing to do. Do you think you'll write a book eventually?
I think I will. I have a lot. There's a lot that I keep really private, but I think at some point it'll make a lot of sense to be completely not private. And I think I'm actually more excited for those days than I'd like to admit. I'm excited for when things are super successful and super out there and everybody knows everything about me, and then I can just kind of exist in whatever the hell people want to assume.
Right, exactly.
Right, exactly.
Oh, well, Chloe, I have to tell you, you are like the total package. Again, you're just, you're smart, you're gorgeous, you're a role model, you are focused, you're determined, you've got all these wonderful, wonderful qualities. Just try to appreciate yourself and appreciate all these qualities, because they will continue to help to propel you. And I, for one, I am so proud of you. So proud of all that you're doing. And you're on such a good course. You're
and
right
I
on
want to
course.
thank your publicist, Sasha, for she just randomly reached out. And I love that. I love when people do that. I'm like, oh, Canada. We had Harvey Brownstone on, who's an amazing podcaster and has a memoir out. We had him on. And about a week later, Sasha reached out. I'm like, I'm loving Canada. And you need to know this. Tim and I have nothing to do with the tariffs. We're very upset about this tariff thing. But we may hit you up, Chloe, for maple syrup. Maybe Tim and I,
I'll word it for you.
Go get some maple syrup. No, I'm just joking. We like to joke on this show.
Hey, when there's a will, there's a way.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so good.
And we manifest.
Manifest. That's right. So we're going to manifest. No, I do love maple syrup, though. And Vancouver is one of my favorite places. On my way back from Alaska, I spent the day in Vancouver, and I went to you have a mountain there where people ski in the winter. You would know what it is. And it's very famous. And they have grizzly bears, rescued grizzly bears there. So I have an affinity to the grizzly bear. They're gorgeous.
I love a grizzly bear. I don't love skiing, but I love it.
You're not a skier. Well, I'm not skiing anymore for many reasons, but I do love the grizzly bear. Chloe, thank you.
Well, firstly, everyone, please go to the Chloe Madison Experience on Instagram or TikTok.
Right.
And you can find out everything about this wonderful, wonderful young woman, Chloe Madison. And again, we are so excited for all that you've got coming up, all that you've done. We are so very proud of you.
Yes. And thank you for being with us today. And thank you to everyone who tuned in. And Chloe, remember, when we end this, we're going to take a picture. So hang out, okay? I love that. She's ready for her close-up. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.